I have a friend, and the company that they work for is losing staff left, right, and centre. People are resigning all over the place. And the question is why? There's a cultural issue and morale is flat. Morale is low. Morale is atrocious. How can we improve morale? I'm going to tell you how we can improve morale right now through praise. Good morning, Troy. Good morning, Maddie. Good morning, Eugene. How are you guys? Good morning, Susan. Great to have you guys on early this morning. Coming to you live from St Kilda down here in Victoria in Australia. Today's show, JT in the Raw, show 117, is all about praise and how praise can have a massive impact on the morale of your business. When sales are down, when clients are leaving, when people are resigning, how can we keep driving a morale in the workplace? It's through praise. Good morning, Sarah Stewart. How are you this morning? So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. And if you haven't tuned into JT in the Raw before, whether this is live or on replay, this is where I just chew the thin on how you can run your business, your department, your sporting team, anything you like, just a little bit more efficiently and more effectively. I've got a little bit of experience after 30 years in business, and I just like to chew a few thins occasionally to help you guys out. So, got a couple of shout outs this morning. Big shout out first off to MotionSoft and the whole team at MotionSoft for that amazing conference I attended last Thursday and Friday. It was totally incredible. And if you're in the fitness industry, make sure you check out the Active Management blogs over the next few weeks. I'm going to be sharing bite-sized chunks of information and education from those shows, from that conference. You're absolutely going to love that information. It's going to be cutting edge technology to help your fitness business. Good morning or good evening, Carrie Capel. How are you? George, great to have you on board this morning. Also, a big shout out to Orange Theory Fitness today down here in Melbourne. We went in there and had a workout, a whole bunch of us. It was a tremendous workout, very sweaty. 150 burpees completed on World Burpee Day. Who knew? Who knew it was World Burpee Day? I do after 150 burpees. So big shout out to the team there at Orange Theory Fitness down here in Melbourne. Thanks, Reese, for having us down at your club. Last shout out this morning has to go to Robin and Zoe, my wife and my daughter. Over the last 2 weeks, it has been school holidays here in Australia, and I haven't been around. What a bad dad, what a bad husband. Last week overseas, this week down here in Melbourne. So this is the first school holidays that I have missed. I'm very grateful to you two for allowing me to do my job. Thank you so much for allowing me to do it, and thanks, Robin, for looking after Zoe over the last couple of weeks. I guess my turn will come. Good morning, Julian. How are you? So this morning, let's talk about praise. Let's think about what that might look like. And cognitive and behavioural psychologists say that we as human beings are hardwired for social recognition more than we actually realise. What does that mean? What does that tech term actually mean? It means that praise will boost engagement in the workplace, and therefore that will lead to greater customer satisfaction, which of course leads to increased profit. So when we're thinking about how do we make our businesses more profitable, often our focus is selling more, often our focus might be changing prices, but what about peeling it right back? Good morning, Mark, how are you? What if we peel it right back and we just focus on praising our team? What would that look like? What impact would that have? Well, the impact is greater customer satisfaction and therefore greater profitability in the business. And I want to share today 3 types of profit. I want to share three types of praise. Morning, Bonnie, down there in Wollongong. Yep, I'm here with Riso, Bonnie. So looking forward to catching up with you shortly. Okay, 3 types of praise that we want to focus on. And the first one is we want to make praise as personal as we possibly can. We want to make praise as personal as we possibly can. So, what does that mean? That means we want to catch people doing things right. And often in business, as leaders, we're focused on finding things, perhaps the negative about what our team is doing, and we don't focus on finding them doing the right thing. So when we do find them doing the right thing, what do? We need to make that as personal as possible. We need to either call them, we need to email them, we need to text them, or better still, we need to be belly to belly, face to face, skin to skin, and high five, fist bump, handshake, or literally pat someone on the back. When we make that personal connection with praise, that has a much greater impact than anything else. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Maddie. Great to have you guys on early this morning. So this is the key, guys. When we're doing praise, it's got to be personal. Okay, we'll talk about it being specific in a minute, but it's got to be personal. So that praise has to come from you catching someone doing something right, ideally as quickly as possible. So when they do that right thing, we come to them as quickly as possible with that praise. And yes, we can text them, yes, we can call them, yes, we can email them, but you cannot beat that skin to skin, literally touching that person, that connection, because that's an oxytocin release, hormone release of oxytocin, and that reinforces that behavior, that reinforces that praise more than anything else. So a little fist bump, a high five, a handshake, or even a pat on the shoulder all have a positive impact when we're doing that praise. So I want you to think about that. Is that something you can improve on? Generally, when we praise, maybe we don't take enough time to give that praise. Maybe it's not that personal touch. So if you think this is something you could improve upon, just give me a love heart right now. That personal touch around praise, that high five, the fist bump, the pat on the shoulder. What does that look like? Could you improve that in your business? Number 2 around praise is that it needs to be specific. It needs to be ultra specific. And I think one of the really important components of praising is when somebody does something in your business that matches the values of the business. Of course, you've got to have values. If you don't have values, then we're in trouble. But when they match the values, because often the values are kind of intangible. So when that person does a behavior over here that matches your values over here, they deserve praise. They deserve some praise. So we want to be really specific around that. Of course, we can give praise around specific tasks. So somebody does sales, completes enough sales in a week or a month or a day. Somebody completes reconciliation efficiently and effectively. Yes, we can praise around those tasks. But I think an often missed aspect of our business is praising people when they match the values of our business, the integrity, the honesty, the care, whatever it may be. When we see that and we can be very specific, that's when we can praise. Is this an area that you could improve on your business? Give me a love heart right now. If this is an area that you think you could improve, is the praising around people adhering to the values of your business. Number 3 is that we want to make praise public. We want to make praise public. So how do we do that? Shout outs is a great one. Whether you're doing a shout out through a staff newsletter, whether you're doing a shout out on a closed Facebook page for your staff, whether you're doing a shout out at a staff meeting, when you do that public recognition, people love it. They love it. Good morning, Bryony. How are you? They absolutely love it. So this is a key component. A shout out of praise, public recognition makes that individual feel exceptionally special. Now, here is an interesting study that's just been conducted by Gallup in the United States. And that study found that 87% of employees are disengaged at work. Disengaged at work. And from the Gallup study, what they found is the number one way to re-engage people at work is through praise, is through public recognition of the tasks that they're actually doing in the workplace. So let's think about that for a moment. How much does that cost? How much would public recognition of your team members cost you? I want you to put that in the comments below. Roughly, what dollar amount would it cost you? What dollar amount would it cost you to deliver praise publicly to your team members to have them engaged in the business? Whether you're watching on live or on replay, put a dollar amount right now in those comments. Go. Because it's a trick bloody question. It costs you $0. It costs you nothing. Absolutely nothing to publicly praise your team for an amazing effort, for a great job. Like, there's no rocket science behind this, ladies and gents. It's easy to do. It's just taking the time to do it. So, I'm a big fan of staff newsletters. I'm a big fan of closed Facebook groups. I'm a huge fan of clear and consistent communication with your team. And so I believe that all of that, whether you're having a meeting or whether it's that Facebook page or whatever it is, you need to start every meeting, every correspondence with some praise. Here's what people have been doing well. Remember, public praise will increase the engagement in the workplace. All right, so what are those three things that relate back to praise again? Let me go through them, and as I go through them again, I want you to give me a love heart if you think this is something that you need to improve, that you could improve in your business. Number one is, can you make praise more personal? Can you make it more personal? Could it be a direct email? Could it be a text message? Could it be a physical touch, a fist bump, a high five, a pat on the shoulder, a handshake? Release that oxytocin so they get maximum benefit of that praise. Okay, could you be more specific in your praise? Not general, but specific around tasks. Could you be specific around the praise where it relates back to the values of the business and what you're trying to do in your business? Or number three, can you make praise more public? What is it? What does more public look like? It's actually telling all of the team, even your customers, how good some of your staff are doing. Which one is it? Tell me now. What is it? Is it personal? Is it specific? Or is it public? Never a truer word spoken, JT, and generally speaking, praise for staff is pretty light on. Thanks, Kathy Aliff. I didn't even know you were on board this morning. Good morning over there in South Australia. What is it for you? Tell me again in the comments below. Is it personal? Is it specific? Or is it public? Put in the comments. Personal, specific, public. Personal, specific, public. Personal, specific, public. Put it in the comments. Tell me right now, whether you're watching live or on replay, what are you working on in your business? Guys, that's the show 117. You've been tuned in to JT in the Raw, where I just chew the thin on business. Thank you for joining me. Now, if you think anybody can benefit from understanding about how praise can improve the morale of your workplace, please tag them in the comments below. Tag. I'd be eternally grateful. Thanks, Eugene, for committing to improving your public recognition of your team members. I appreciate that. So please, if you think anyone can benefit, tag them in the comments below. Remember, morale is boosted through praise. Morale is boosted through praise. Okay, what can I share next? Next week, I'm going to be coming to you live from Sydney. I've got next week I'm off to Hobart to work for 2 days with a gym in Hobart. We're going to be talking about customer service. We're going to be talking about customer engagement, and we're going to be talking about staff engagement in order to improve morale and improve productivity. We might talk a little bit about praise, I think. So that's what I'm going to be on Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, I have the New South Wales Personal Trainers Roundtable on Friday, so I'll be coming to you straight after a workout and directly before that meeting. So it's a big week coming up for me. What's coming up for you? Let me know. If there's anything you think I can help you with, please give me a yell out. Okay. Now, last week I forgot something. Last week, because I was tired, because I was exhausted, I forgot quote of the week. I apologise. I did put it in the comments, but I forgot it. So quote of the week this week is an extra special one to make up for last week. Praise boosts staff engagement. Therefore, it boosts customer satisfaction, which leads to increased profits. You like that quote? If you like that one, give me a love heart right now. If you like that quote, give me a love heart. I'm going to tell it to you one more time. Praise boosts staff engagement and therefore customer satisfaction, which leads to increased profits. Praise boosts staff engagement and therefore customer satisfaction, which leads to increased profits. And as a side note, praise costs nothing. You've been tuned into JT in the Raw, coming to you live from beautiful St Kilda down here in Victoria in Australia. Really appreciate everybody joining in and engaging and having some fun this morning. Please share the show, as I say, and focus on praise over the next 7 days. Love to know if that improves your engagement. Love to know if that improves your customer satisfaction. Love to know if that improves your profit. Can you hear the birds? They are singing down here in Melbourne. You guys have an awesome day, a terrific weekend, and I will catch you on the flip side.